As many of us know, there is a massive trend in the industry where organizations of all types are moving applications, moving data, moving infrastructure to the cloud. And there are many business reasons that have tremendous payback. If you can lower your footprint, if you can use more up-to-date applications, essentially let someone else run your infrastructure so your company can focus on its core technology. Now, the biggest challenges or inhibitors around moving to the cloud really revolve around regulations. And in the financial industry, there are many of them, as we know. There's GLBA, Sarbanes-Oxley in the US, there's EU directives in the European Union, many other PCI compliance, as well as a huge number of privacy laws that are sprouting up all over the world. Many countries have, last count, over 100 privacy laws in various states and countries around the world. The common theme with these privacy laws is that the organization that is responsible for this data, that put the data there essentially, is responsible if this data leaks. So if the cloud provider has a problem, there's a theft, there's a forced legal disclosure, the organization that owns that data is still responsible for their customer information. Now, a couple of the challenges here, some of the laws like the Patriot Act in the US and similar ones in Europe and other countries can require, with subpoenas or various types of court orders, can require that a cloud provider turn over data. And in fact, this could be in direct violation of the various privacy and financial laws that we talked about. So this is a real catch-22 for many of these organizations. Now, what CipherCloud provides is the ability for these organizations to encrypt this information strongly at their enterprise gateway before the information goes into the cloud. And they retain exclusive control over the encryption keys. This means that the data stored in the cloud is essentially as safe as it would be inside their own organization, because there is no physical way for a cloud provider to turn over this information or for it to be hacked or leaked. Now, it's interesting if we come back to these financial services regulations. Generally, laws like this do not call out specific technologies because they probably shouldn't, because the shelf life of technology evolves so rapidly. But having said that, there is a growing consensus that encryption can be a valid way to eliminate the risk of breach notification laws. So the biggest risk for most organizations, if there's a breach of data, there's a big leak, is that it's known publicly and it can be enormously damaging to your organization. But written very specifically in many of these laws now are safe harbor exemptions. If the data has been encrypted properly and if the organization retains exclusive control over those encryption keys, then you're exempt from having to notify if there's a breach. And this really eliminates one of the biggest risks, one of the biggest costs and challenges to moving information to the cloud. And this is what CipherCloud can help many financial services organizations with.